What's up, gamers? Let's jump right into it. How can I play my PSP in 4K? Well, you're going to have to first go to this site, PPSPP.org, downloads, and you're going to have to scroll down to the Windows section if you're running Windows and download the latest installer. That'll make things super easy for you. Once you get that installed, it is going to make your life so much easier for those backed up games that you have, right? Because we all paid for our games and these are all backups, right? Of course, if that's not the case, well, I can't tell you where to find your games, but Google is one of those sources that you can use. But very simple setup. All you have to do is set it up for DirectX 11. Pick your GPU, your dedicated graphics card, on whatever device you're on, and then you're going to go to that rendering resolution and you're going to set that to 10x PSP. Yes, 10x PSP rendering. Now you want to make sure you have a system that's powerful enough to support this, but nowadays most of the latest computers and laptops you can get out there can do this fairly easily. As far as controls are concerned, you can connect a standard Xbox 360 or Xbox One controller. That will do it for you, or even a PS4 controller. And it's as simple as that. That is the setup. You can fine-tune things even more, but that is the easiest way to do things. Now, you guys know me. I love asking the question, is it worth it? Absolutely. These images are pulled right from the PSP titles that I have installed on my machine. As you can see, it looks amazing. Now, there are hundreds of awesome PSP titles. This is Final Fantasy Crisis Core, one of the best RPGs in my opinion on the PSP, and one of those titles that never got a release elsewhere. And as you can see, after putting it at that max resolution, running as close as possible to 4K, you can see how amazing it looks. It really looks like one of these remastered HD games that you would pick up in a store at this point. The fun doesn't stop there, however. One of the great things about this is that you can see there's really little to no artifacts appearing on the screen on this title. It really just lets you play, and using that Xbox 360 or Xbox One controller, I had no issues. Worked right out of the gate. Once I connected it to my computer and it detected it, everything was fine. It was one of those almost seamless experiences. Now, like I said before, there are literally tons of options on this program. It's kind of crazy. It's one of the better emulators out there. The only other emulators that I can think of that are this good are the Dolphin emulator for the Wii and Nintendo 64, and that's the only thing I can think of that even comes close. Now, one of the things you will notice though, yes, it does upscale all the polygons, but it's not going to do too much to help you when it comes to the full motion videos. So as you can see here, it almost instantly kind of goes to that old PSP resolution. It kind of gets a little choppy. It's just one of those things you're going to have to deal with. But I will tell you, one of the things the PSP is known for is for having this huge library of fighting games, and huge library of fighting games that are not only 3D fighters, but also 2D fighters, hand-drawn sprite fighters. Like, there's just a huge collection, and here's a good example. This is one of my favorite games for the PSP, Mortal Kombat Unchained. As you can see, it looks awesome. It really does look like Mortal Kombat Deception on the Xbox, but brought up full scale. And again, no lag, no issues. It just ran smoothly, easily. I didn't have any issues with the inputs at all. It was a dream, and here I was playing it on my OLED display, and it looked flawless. And not, no pun intended, I know this is Mortal Kombat, but I'm not trying to be funny, but it looked flawless. I was so happy. Now, your mileage may vary depending on the games that you play. So here's another good example of a fighter, Tekken Dark Resurrection. As you can see, the menu is a little choppy, not as clear as what you saw in the Mortal Kombat one, but it still looks fantastic. I mean, look at this. You couldn't even tell that I was upscaling this from a PSP. It almost looks like the Tekken versions that you would get in either the 360 or the PS2, running them at the higher reses. It's great, and it just plays, and that's the best part, right? We want to keep things simple. Here's another good example of one of those fighters that you can't find everywhere, and being able to play it and play 3 games in one, basically, because the PSP title included Darkstalkers 1, it included Darkstalkers 2 and Darkstalkers 3, so you get the ability to actually play all 3 of those games, and it looks great. It honestly looks like one of these games where, again, they just upscaled and put on one of the retro machines, and you can't get any better than that. And so to be able to play this again on your PC, on the go, on your laptop, it's one of those things where you can't get that anywhere else. There's no other real solutions because this title is not available easily on Steam. It's available on some of the older generation consoles, and so having this PSP title on the go or on your desktop, great experience. Now, I know we focus a lot on fighters, but looking here at X-Men Legends 2, I just wanted to showcase that it takes almost any game and boosts it up to a visual fidelity that makes it worth playing again. And so a lot of these games are fantastic games. The PSP is one of those systems that's been forgotten, but it had such a massive library of awesome titles, and it's definitely worth a look. And now you have the ability to resurrect your system and play these games again and experience them, and some of them are only available on the PSP, and now they'll be available to you thanks to this emulator. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you go download it and set up for yourself. Enough of me talking. Go download it now and enjoy your PSP library in 4K.